Hello and welcome to zazoome. I'm Sherry Barbera, and tonight we're going to be talking about equipment for your own home YouTube studio. I'm very excited about this because we have a lot of fabulous things to cover, and it's going to be super simple for you to set up a YouTube studio. I'm just going to go right now to the screen that shows me and Sal. Hey, Tom. Great to see you. Welcome. So glad you're here. All right, here's Sal. Okay, so we're both here.
I can
And
speak.
yeah.
I can speak. I don't know how much you'll hear me. The microphone's kind of far away from me at this point.
Oh, well, you can move closer to the mic, honey.
Then we'll be in a picture together, I guess.
I have a fun little sound. Tell me what you think of this.
Oh,
Hi, Kim.
nice.
Welcome back. Great to see
Yay,
you.
Kim's
Glad you're
back.
here. Sal hasn't written a comment yet, but I'm going to. There. Ha. I wrote that, not Sal. Sal's supposed to be writing you comments, but I did it anyway. So today we are covering how to set up a home YouTube studio. And if you haven't done this yet, hey Dale, welcome. Great to see you. If you haven't, oh, that's really funny. I see Sal's hand down here. Okay, I'm just gonna move that down and move this up.
Why was my hand down there?
I don't know. If you haven't set up a home studio yet, there is no reason for that because it's so simple. So let's get started right away. First of all, I am Sherry Barbera. I'm a Google certified YouTube channel growth expert. And this is zazoome, and zazoome is YouTube for business, how to make money, how to make an impact for small business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives, and professionals. I still love this slide. I'm still putting it up here. I think it's so cool how believe and yourself is be you. I just think that's really cool. Hey, Rita, welcome. Thank you for coming. Love that you're here. Love that my zazoome members are here. What equipment do you actually need for a home studio? Hey, before I go any further, I would love for you guys to tell me in the chat what equipment you actually need for a home studio. I'm just going to pop out of this and I'm going to put it on Sal and me. And, put in the chat, what is the equipment you think that you need for a home studio? Because you can see right behind us that you obviously need lights. That's one thing. You obviously need some kind of microphone, right? So what else did you put there? You have new thumbnail colors. Do I? Yeah, I probably do. I think I do have a few new thumbnail colors. Let me know oh, I have this on caps. What do you need for a home studio?
You should find out what they have now.
Okay, so tell me in the chat, what equipment do you have? What equipment are you using for your home studio? Let me know so that we can talk about it. And since there's probably a delay, I'm going to keep going. For your first studio, you only need 5 things. And every one of them, however, I think you need an interesting background, a microphone, tripod, all come to mind. All good things, Kim. I'm going to pop you right on here. So Kim said, I think you need an interesting background, and a background is something I didn't even cover really. So I think that's wonderful that you said that, Kim. A microphone is an absolute must. That is not something that's negotiable. You have to have a microphone. And a tripod is super smart because that's what keeps everything stable. So let us keep going. A great mic is important. So Tom said a great mic is important. Absolutely so important, Tom. You're right. And Tom would know because Tom is not only an amazing author of books, but Tom is also an actor and a director and knows so much about using a mic, so Tom knows. And Rita said, yes, I put them in my brain and am know how to find out how to get them, my website, Instagram, and Facebook group. Okay, cool. So, and Dale said a camera, a tripod, a reflector, a light, and a mic. So I have to say that Dale is advanced because he is a photographer and he knows the importance of a reflector. And that is for next week when we're doing advanced. So Dale, of course, you're advanced, but you can certainly add a ton of great information here because you know what beginners need as well. So let's keep going. You need a phone. And so many times people say, well, I don't know how to use a DSLR camera, or I don't have anything to film with, or I'm not sure how to start filming. When Sal and I started, honey, I'm going to us. When Sal and I started doing meetups for YouTube, when we were doing YouTube Boot Camp live in person at the library, which we miss horribly, you guys, we started with our cell phones, and Sal was filming me on the cell phone, and we still have the same phones. They're old iPhones, the iPhone 6s Plus, and that is exactly what we use. There it is. There it is. That's what we use. Oh, I'm backwards, aren't I? That's what we use for our first filming, and it worked fine. I mean, the quality now is so much better, of course, but
I used this tripod for the first like 8 months.
that's right. So it's not like you need anything sophisticated to get going. You need to just get going. That's the main thing. Let's pop back on. The next thing you need is a microphone. As our experts, Dale and Tom, said, you must have a microphone. And the reason why, and Kim said this as well, and I'm sure Rita said this too, because a microphone is super duper important because sound is the number one thing people click away from. If you are making YouTube videos and your sound stinks, click away from your video. If your lighting is good, if your production value is good, if everything else is good, if your content is awesome, but your sound is terrible, people will still click away. So I absolutely insist that you buy some kind of microphone. And I'm going to go through the different types of microphones that you can get. The next thing is a tripod. And the reason for a tripod is because it keeps everything stable. And you don't want, like here, I'm going to put this on Sal and me. Honey,
Hey,
make your microphone, make your camera go crazy. Okay, just tap on your table. So Sal has his, all right, stop doing that.
Whoa.
So Sal has his camera right now is set up. Can we show it?
Yeah. Wait,
Sal's,
no, how?
Yeah, how would we do that? Sal's camera is set up on, here, take a picture and I'll show the picture.
Take a picture.
On a tripod, on a selfie stick top, facing him, and it's not a cell phone, it is a webcam, and the webcam is set up on a tripod on a table. So every time he hits the table, see how I just moved? The reason I moved was because my webcam is on my computer and I'm using my computer. So if Sal would take a picture showing what I look like, you can see also what it looks like from my side. Okay, so wait a second.
What?
Oh, you sent that as a whoosie? I'm just going to show it.
You're going to show what?
I'm just going to show the picture.
Oh,
okay.
Oh.
So the next thing that you need is a
That makes
selfie
more sense.
stick. And the reason that you want a selfie stick is because if you're outside, you can still film yourself. If you're inside, you can film yourself with the selfie stick, and you can also put it on a tripod. And that's what we do so successfully. You just take the top off the selfie stick and you use the head on a tripod and you put your phone on it. It works fantastically. So the last thing is a light. You need some kind of light. So the first thing I want you to use is your cell phone. If you're a beginner, I want you to use your cell phone. Then a microphone, some kind of mic, a tripod, a selfie stick, and lights. So let's start with the mobile phone. If you use an Android, the most current thing are Google Pixels. I don't know if the 4A is the most current one, but That was Sal. But one of the most important things is that you have a lot of storage. See how this has 128 gig of storage? When you make videos, videos take up a ton of storage on your phone. And one of the things that you want to do as soon as you film on your phone, one of the things that you want to do is you want to take off the video off of your phone and trash it and empty the trash, because all of these giant video files, they take up massive space on your phone. So make sure that number one, you've got a lot of hard drive memory on your cell phone that you're using on your mobile phone, and two, that you are able to remove that, delete it, and make space for your next video. Now, what is another thing that you should be doing? Well, there's so many things with a phone that are important. Rear and front cameras. Right now, if I were using my phone, I would want to have the phone facing me so that I could see what I'm doing on the phone. So I would be using the lower resolution camera. Now on the newest cell solution is the same on the front and the rear cameras. And that's fantastic, because if you look at what it says here, you get 1080p on both rear and front cameras. You get 720 if you'd rather do that, which right now YouTube is converting every single video, no matter what the quality is, down to 720p, because so many people are uploading videos that they need the space on their servers. And the other thing is that it does 4K on the front and the rear camera in 30 frames per second. And 30 frames per second, that's 30 FPS that you see here. 30 frames per second is what looks real to your eye. So when you are filming yourself, and you want to just look like you really look, 30 frames per second is what people actually look like. Movie films are shot at 24 frames per second, slightly slower, to give it sort of a magical quality. Why would you shoot faster? Well, there are reasons to shoot faster. One is if you're filming sports, and you shoot at a higher frame per second so that you get more in the frame. And another thing to do is to slow it down so that you're shooting in slow motion. And that's another way to shoot sports, so that you can see everything that's happening. Or if you were going to be filming like a flower opening where you're filming over a period of hours, you would want to be able to see everything that's happening. Are there any questions about that? Please put them in the chat. And Sal maybe will be typing and asking you questions as well. Now, if you get an iPhone, the current iPhones are the 11 and the 11s Plus and all these kinds of things. But look at that. So 256 gig of storage on the phone is awesome. And you want to have as much as possible. And look, they have dual cameras, dual 12 megapixel cameras, ultra wide and wide, so that you can get super wide frames, which is great if you're doing outdoor panoramic shots of something, if you're doing sports, if you're doing landscape. Any of that is fantastic with the extra wide angle. And an iPhone will shoot up to 4K video, which you really don't need for YouTube right now. So unless you're also adding your videos to Vimeo, or you plan on doing filmmaking as a filmographer and making movies, you don't need 4K right now, because YouTube is not going to show it anyway. Now, another thing that you can get for your mobile phone is a wide angle lens to increase what the phone itself will bring in for the viewer. And there's one the company is called Moment, and they make an 18 millimeter wide angle lens that has a gorgeous lens. I mean, it's really a very high quality, beautiful lens. The thing about Moment is that what you see on the left side of the screen here is literally something you have to put over your phone. So they make these phone cases for many different types of phones, and you literally have to put it over your phone itself.
Oh my God. I am so sorry.
I don't know what you're doing over there, honey. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay, so you're dropping things.
That's all I'm doing.
Sal's being crazy.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay, we're going back. So if you use a cell phone, I highly recommend buy a selfie stick and put your phone on a selfie stick. This is what that looks like. You can get a ton of people in on a selfie stick. You can just get yourself. One of the things that I truly, truly love about selfie sticks is that you can put them way up high over your head and get a shot that's atypical. Most videos are shot like this, and there's somebody looking at the camera and we're talking to the camera and it's always the same view. And I have to say, I also do this and have not been using a selfie stick to create cool different angles. But what you can do with a selfie stick is you can raise it way above your head and have it looking down at you like a bird's eye view, and you look up at it. It's a wonderful different way to film yourself. You can also do a whole 360 with a selfie stick, which is really fun and really cool. You can also put it way down, like at dog's eye view, and look at the world through different eyes. So there are so many things that you can do with a selfie stick that make it so much fun, that make your videos more creative. Now, one of the things that I've been doing is making our videos more creative in editing, especially for the new ones I'm doing about channel reviews, where we're reviewing the 4 T's of a channel, the channel topic, the channel trailer, the channel thumbnails, and the titles, because those are the 4 things that are the most important things for your channel on the front end. That's what people look at, and that's your branding. So we're reviewing the 4 T's. And if you look at the videos that I'm doing for those, they're completely different from the videos that I've previously done for zazoome and YouTube Bootcamp, because those were very much informational. Here you go. This is what I'm telling you about. And we show things over them. Or sometimes Sal and I'm going to jump over to Sal. Sal and I will do an Ask Me Anything video where the two of us will be sitting in a green screen room. And behind us, I can take out the green screen and I can put in cool graphics and video and things like that. And it'll just be us sitting there and talking to you. But in the newest videos I'm doing sort of crazy things with editing, where I flip the video, or I zoom in, or I zoom out, or I make it sideways, or I change the way it looks, and I'm using all kinds of effects, and I'm really having fun.
You didn't tell them about the portable green screen that we have.
And we also have a portable green screen,
Take a drag over
which
and show them.
we can show you next week in advance.
Next week in advance. That's what I told Rita already.
Next week in advance.
I was going to say, Rita, it's advance.
Now, this is a really clever guy, and I just thought this was so much fun. I love that he took a plastic cup
Don't see how that's
and cut a slot in it and put his cell phone on it and is filming himself. So think of the creative ways that you can set up a phone. I mean, obviously you can lean it against a coffee cup on a stack of books. There's lots of stuff that you can do if you don't have a tripod yet, but get a tripod, because look at how simple it makes it to use your phone anywhere, hands-free. And that's really the goal, is to be hands-free, not to have to hold your phone. So let's just recap. When you have a beginner studio, you need a mobile phone. What's the next thing you need? A microphone. Now, you can use earbuds if you have an iPhone as a microphone. I really don't recommend that, but it is an option, and it's just something to think about. What I love is a lapel mic if you're doing a lot of hands-free stuff. I, at the moment, am not using a lapel mic. I'm using our Blue Yeti, and I absolutely love the Blue Yeti. The reason I'm using it is because
I can show them that.
Sal and I are both, oh, there's Sal. Sal and I
There's 2 Sherrys and a Blue Yeti.
So it's in between us, and on one side, the mic, it's the kind of microphone, the Blue Yeti, that allows you to have,
I'm showing them how.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, that's really funny. So there's my computer. So you guys can see, here's my camera that's facing me, and I'm looking at you guys on the computer.
But I'm showing them the settings on the back of the Yeti. That was the whole point of this.
Okay, so the back of the Yeti. So the Yeti is wonderful because it's a little bit
blurry.
A little blurry. The Yeti is wonderful because it gives you a variety of different ways to have the microphone. The microphone can be just directed at me. The microphone can be a figure eight where it's at me and Sal for interviews. So Sal gets the same quality sound that I have, which is really cool.
Like now,
You're out of the picture.
I'm out of the picture, but I wanted to get the same distance you were from the microphone.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm further away.
Yeah,
right
Sal is further away from the mic than I am, so he might be a little bit softer than I am. Don't forget to leave your comments in the chat, and also, I love those likes, so be sure you like this if you do. Thank you. All right, let's go back to it. So a lapel mic is fantastic. You can see that she's wearing one right at the corner of her shirt because you want your microphone to be as close to your mouth as possible. Like the distance should be the finger's width from your mouth is basically where your microphone should be. So if you look at it like this, that's about exactly right. So here's your voice. It should be almost exactly right below where the hollow of your neck is. And the reason for that is that's what all the newscasters do. That is the ideal distance to have really good sound. Next we have, well, this is to show that exact lavalier mic up close and personal, and you can see that it's got a plug that plugs into the phone, and you can use it on iPhone, you can use it on Android, you can use it in a camera, on a camcorder. It's a very versatile microphone. The thing about this lavalier mic is that it's on a wire. It's not a wireless mic. And what's great about that is your sound is secure. When you have a wireless lavalier mic, often you can have interference, which is really crappy. And it ruins your sound often. So it's great unless you have a very expensive microphone like a Rode or a Sennheiser or something like that. But if you're not going to be using an expensive microphone, and you don't need to when you start out with a lavalier mic that plugs into your phone, just like this one, and I put all the information on all of this equipment in the description below this video, so you are welcome to go and just click on it and go right and read about it. But you can see that it is a wired mic. It goes right into your phone.
Plugs into the back of your desktop also.
Yeah, plugs into the back of your desktop as well. And Sal, you know what? I'm going to go to you, honey. Can you just show what that looks like? Because we use that, and we have one. And it's got a 19-foot cord. You can see it's got an extraordinarily long cord. So what's great about that is you can set your phone up on a tripod, get 19 feet away from it, and your sound is still going to be perfect, which is wonderful. Thanks, honey. Thanks for showing that.
You're very welcome.
The different applications for a lapel mic are pretty vast. You can use them for interviews or vlogging or filmmaking or gaming or podcasts. Anything that you can think of, really. They're great for YouTube videos. You could use a lapel mic for. Now, the other thing they're called, and in the industry, it's called a lavalier mic. But when you are looking for it or searching online for a lav mic, it's called a lav mic also, lavalier. It is a lapel mic. So lapel or lavalier, same exact microphone. And the one that I put in the description below is the Boya, and it's a 19-foot lavalier, 19-foot cord lavalier mic.
$22.95.
And right now, it's very inexpensive. It's less than 25 bucks. The next kind of microphone you can use is a desktop mic. And we also have that. I'm going to jump over to Sal and he can show that to you. We have the ball mic. Look at how tiny it is. It's just a little microphone. It's so lovely. I've been using this one for years. I really love it. Turn it sideways.
What?
See, it's very simple to use, and it plugs right in to your phone or
like
iPad or whatever you want. And the back of it, you can adjust the gain. Is that right, Sal?
Yes. There's a button for the gain.
So there's a button for the gain. And if you don't know what gain is volume. So the higher you make the gain, the louder you are going to be into the microphone. And when you speak into a microphone, you really want always to be very consistent with your sound. You don't want to be adjusting the gain. So you want to find out where it sounds the best Leave it there. Don't be changing that all the time. See, this is how you use it with, whoops. This is,
I know. It's hard. It's
all
backwards.
backwards. This is how you use it with your cell phone. Thank you, honey.
Well, Vanna White, call me.
Thank you, Vanna White. So this is what it looks like. You can use it with your iPad. This is how it looks if you're sitting at a window so you get beautiful natural light on you, talking into it. And you can see he even has earbuds so he can listen to himself and see if he sounds good. Whoops. Whoop. Sorry, Sal.
What happened?
Nothing. Okay, and tripod. Tripods are so important. This is a portable, adjustable tripod for your phone. What I love about this, and they're called Gorilla tripods, and this is not actually the Gorilla one, I don't think. It's similar to the Gorilla one. The Gorillas are the most expensive ones, and those are made by Jope, I think it is. But we've had one forever, as long as I can remember. I can actually show that to you right now.
I did right. They've already gotten a preview.
Okay, so that is it. And Sal can show you how the legs are incredibly adjustable. And what's fabulous about that is that you can wrap them around a chair, a pole. You can wrap them like almost anything you can think of. Also, if you're in a place, your neck. Also, if you're in a place where, let's say you're outside and you want to shoot and all that there are a bunch of boulders or something like that, but they're all uneven.
Yeah, I never tried
What's
this.
great about the legs is that nice hat, honey. That makes a good hat. Yeah,
look at that.
It does make a good
All right, you
hat.
see, when you try things, you learn things. Doing that.
So what's cool about it is that if you're on a rock,
I don't need a GoPro.
or if your head is not even, you can adjust the legs so that they fit your head.
Ow.
Or the rock.
Oh.
Okay.
That's good.
So this shows you just use a selfie stick top. You screw it right onto the tripod and there's your phone all set up. It's so fabulous and easy. This is another way to use it. It's the same tripod. You know, you can hold it in your hand and just talk into the phone if you want to. You can use it however you want, or you can use a typical tripod, which is an aluminum leg tripod that's adjustable. And okay, wait, Tom said, well, first, Tom said can't take him anywhere.
You must be talking about me.
Exactly. Wait, let's just say
What?
Tom said can't take you anywhere.
Oh, look, this is what it looks like without the camera on it.
All right, so that's great to show that. What background did you use for the Trekking Pals project? That is my dining room, and it's a painting that I did, and the painting is behind my head. So it's just sitting in the dining room with natural light and also a ring light in front of me. I used the dining room table to sit at and do my notes with. I had my notes, and behind me was the dining room wall with a painting on it, my painting, and that's what it was. So thank you for that question, Tom. I appreciate it. And another thing that you can get is instead of using a selfie stick head, you can also use what's called a tripod mount. And there are so many of these and they're fantastic. They're more durable, they're stronger, and some of them lock down and are easier to open and close. This is one of them. I really like the way this one works. And then finally, a selfie stick. So I have been saying, get a selfie stick, get a selfie stick. Well, the selfie stick that I have in the description below the video is an Allegiant selfie stick. It literally, the pole itself extends 51 inches, which is fantastic. So you can be literally more than 4 feet away with your camera and get a pretty panoramic view of whatever it is that you want. But this one also comes with a tripod, and that's pretty fantastic. It comes with a Bluetooth remote. I have to say often those don't end up working very long, but it's really cool at first to be able to turn your phone and start your video on and off remotely. That's fantastic, but like I said, they often stop working pretty quickly. And this one also comes with its own carry case, which I love because when we're out and about, it's really nice to have it. This particular one holds not only your phone, but it also has an adapter for a GoPro and a camera. And that makes it really more useful than just for your phone. And it's got an anti-slip rubber feet on the bottom of the tripod so that when you set it down, it's very securely gripping, which I love. And you can see that they've used it out near water. They've used it on rocks. They've used it inside a house. So there's lots of places that you can use this one. And this is literally what comes in the box. That's what it's going to look like coming out of the box. Another way to look at the selfie stick, I think this is a really good image of showing you what that selfie stick top looks like when you take it off. And it's just a simple thing. It screws on the bottom. You can see the bottom has that opening to screw it right onto the bottom of the tripod. And then the tripod's extendable, and that's the way it works, and that's the way it looks. So another thing you can do with a traditional tripod is to get a ball head tripod so that you can tilt it. And that way you can move your camera vertically and horizontally, which is a really nice thing to be able to do. Lights. So of course, lights are super important. And these are all desktop or clamp-on lights, but there are multiple different kinds of lights that you can use as a beginner. So I don't know what you use. Let me know in the chat what you're using. Oh, Trekking Pals. Hey guys, I didn't know you were here. Thank you so much for coming. So Trekking Pals said I used a green screen for the first time for my latest video and it worked well. Fantastic, congratulations. It's really fun to use green screen, I agree. We're gonna go over that in the next video next week in the advanced studio setup. We're gonna go over green screen. And I love using green screens. The key to green screen is your lighting is so important and having the right color green. So a brighter green is really important as well because darker greens are harder to light. So a lighter, brighter green, and there literally is a green screen green. But we're not gonna go through that right now.
Tom has a question. He's curious about what background the Trekking Pals used on the green screen.
Oh, that was the one that I answered.
You answered it already.
I did. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So that's okay. Let's keep going. So for indoor lighting, let's say that you're going to film yourself at your desk. One of the things that you would do is you can use your desk lamp to illuminate yourself. And I'm going to show you, we have a little lamp here. I'm going to show you our little lamp. This is my piano lamp. And I have used it very successfully just to add a bunch more light onto my face, especially at night when it's really dark. If I'm filming, it works really, really well. And it's adjustable, which is great. And if you were filming something on a table, the fact that it's adjustable also is something that's really fantastic. So thank you. Honey, put it right on your face so that everyone can see how well it illuminates. What you're supposed to do is light up from, when you light yourself, you should light yourself ideally like 45-degree angles left and right. That's ideal. So if I had lights coming from both sides, I would want one coming from the left and one coming from the right at a 45-degree angle, and then one behind me, what's called a hair light. So there is a separation between me and my background, and that's why you use 3 lights minimum, ideally. But if you don't have that, that's fine. A window light gives you beautiful light. The thing about window lighting is that it changes. So if you're filming for an extended period of time, your lighting is changing. So you want to try to find the best light. Generally, it's late morning light works really well, or late afternoon light works really well. And it's not super harsh, it's not too bright. And you can film for about half an hour without having to worry about changing the light. The other thing that works pretty well are recessed lights. And we actually have recessed lights on above us right now. And that helps to illuminate above and down and light a little bit more evenly. So if you were going to film yourself in your kitchen, which There's no reason why you shouldn't. You can film yourself anywhere. You would film yourself in your kitchen, put all the lights on, and then you could actually add a table light to give yourself more light from either side, or a floor lamp to give yourself more light from either side. But recessed lights are fantastic for that. So if you just are using natural light, this is an example of the way you would set up your camera and film yourself. This is another example of using natural light. The way that this works is you set up what you're filming from your camera. And in this case, they were filming from their computer. So they set up their computer facing them. They look directly at the window, and the window is what gives them the illumination and makes them look good. And here it is. So now you can see exactly what that looks like, looking directly into the window, into the camera, and you are beautifully illuminated. And this is Alexa Rohn, and she often shows the way that she lights herself for her videos. Here's another example of another videographer, and that's Gimme Some Oven. That's the name of her YouTube channel. And this is how she lights and films right in her house. So there's no reason why, things look so different when you film them, but this is to show you a fantastic, simple setup for you to be able to film overhead looking down. Just use a tiny little step stool, get up on the step stool and shoot down. It's not difficult. None of this is difficult. And you can use your natural window light to illuminate whatever it is that you're using. If you don't have a white tabletop to shoot on, you can always get a white piece of foam board. And you can see that she even set up a second piece of foam board to use as a reflector down onto what she's filming. And this shows you another angle of how clean the shot is going to look when you have beautiful natural light coming in from the window and you're shooting down. Unfortunately, she doesn't show her darling little puppy underneath the table in the picture. Now, this is another example of using window light. So let's say that you've got sliding glass doors. Well, no reason not to use those. I mean, sliding glass doors are fantastic. So this is a really interesting setup that somebody did. They created a fake floor on top of a rug, and a fake wood floor, just going to Home Depot and getting the flooring that locks together. And here you've got it looks like a real floor, right? But it's not. It's a fake floor. So this is how you can create anything you want in your home studio. There's never a reason to say, oh, my house doesn't look whatever. Sure it does. You just change it to look whatever you want it to look like. And look at how simply they did a backdrop. Look at how simply they did a reflector. Those are just pieces of foam board stuck up there. Foam board is so inexpensive to buy. You literally could go to Home Depot or any kind of home repair store, and you can buy insulation. Super cheap, a big giant sheet of insulation, and it's silver on one side and white on the other. And now you have a white reflector and a silver reflector for you to use. So much simple stuff that you can do. Outdoor lighting is absolutely gorgeous. So there's no reason that you can't shoot yourself outdoors. What you do need to be aware of when you're filming outdoors are the sounds. Is there wind? Are there barking dogs? Are there children screaming? Does somebody have music on? These are the kinds of things that you don't want to include in your video. So you just need to be aware of what's happening around you. Now, I do have this particular desk lamp in the description below that you can click on and go learn about more. And the reason for that is because this particular desk lamp has two different options. One is a clamp where you can clamp it onto your desk, or you can clamp it onto a board, or you can clamp it almost anywhere. So it's super portable, or it's got this nice base, this nice weighted base that you can use to just set it up on your desk. The other thing I love about it is that it's so flexible. You can move the head around. If you were to buy multiple ones, you can light up behind you as a hair light. You can do the left and right 45-degree angles on yourself, or you can shoot something on a desk that you're looking down on. So very, very flexible light. Here it is clamped onto the side of the desk, which I think is so clever and easy and simple because, you know, all this hands-free stuff is so important. And here it is with the weighted base to show you the same kind of thing with a base. So what we use, so now I'm going to just flip to us and I'm going to show you that one on the tripod right there.
The one we showed already.
Yeah, so what we used when we first started our YouTube Bootcamp meetings 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, we were using just this. That's what we were using. Sal had it set up on a desk, on one of the desks, and we were just filming like that. So there was nothing super sophisticated about the way that we were filming, and it was perfectly fine. All you need is a selfie stick top.
Oh, plus I had that lavalier mic plugged into it and running all the way up.
Why don't you show that? Yeah, show that. So the lavalier mic, the one that's the wired mic, is what I wore walking around up and back. I mean, you guys that were there, you know that I could never stand still. And walking up and back with the wired lavalier mic on, and I know, so Tom said, oh man, 2 years ago. It actually, the very first YouTube Bootcamp was, I believe, June 12th of 2018. So literally 2 years and, you know, not much longer than that, 2 years and a month and a half or something like that. So I know, Tom, time flies, doesn't it? So this is what I did. I just put the mic on me. Sal, honey, put the mic on you. And you would just clamp that lavalier mic right onto the shirt, and it's a 19-foot cord, so you can easily walk 19 feet up and back, put your phone in one place. So Sal had it on me, and he even had headphones plugged into it so that he could hear what the sound was like. Okay, so that's what we use. And just to recap everything that we did for a simple beginning starter studio, the equipment you need is a mobile phone, a microphone, a tripod, a selfie stick, and some lights. And that's all you need. It's not a lot of stuff. So listen, guys, if you have not started your YouTube channel and you're really not sure what to do, I wrote and filmed a masterclass on YouTube starting from the very beginning of what do you do to make a YouTube channel? What is your strategy? Why are you having it? In module 1, all the way to the foundation for your channel success, filming, editing, how to build an audience, marketing, promoting, planning, money, branding, and a bonus. Plus there are quizzes and workbooks and all kinds of things. So if you haven't got started on YouTube, if you haven't started on YouTube and you really want to know how to have a YouTube channel quickly, I highly suggest that you take the masterclass. Next week is going to be advanced studio setup, and we're going to go into green screen, and we're going to go into sophisticated lighting, and we're going to show you how we film with our iPads. We have used DSLR cameras. We actually like our iPad more than a DSLR camera, but DSLRs are fabulous and we highly recommend them. And Trekking Pals use a DSLR and a GoPro, I believe, right guys? You use a GoPro as well for filming outdoors. So there's lots and lots of different kinds of cameras that you can use. I'm going to be covering a ton of that kind of stuff in the next video next week on Advanced Video Studio. So if you have any questions, please put them either in the chat right now or put them in the comments below this video and I will be happy to answer them. And that is it. And I believe my mom is going to be coming out now and we are going to be saying goodbye to all of you. And thank you so much for joining us as usual. We love that you're here. Thank you. And if you want to know anything specific, just leave it in the chat or in the comments below and I will be happy to answer that for you guys. So we're Vikings. So we're Vikings today.
Oh no, where's your Viking hat?
I don't know.
Hold on, here you go. Here.
Oh, great. Thank you. So, okay, guys. We are Vikings and pirates. So Dale said, if you're combining window light and lamp light, make sure your bulbs are balanced to daylight. Thank you, Dale. This keeps the colors from all light sources the same color. Fantastic
Good tip.
guys.
Really
Dale
good
has
tip.
a ton of good tips. And
Dale's
Dale's
He's a good
channel,
tipper, Dale.
Dale's a good tipper. His channel is going to be live pretty soon. I think hopefully by the end of September, Dale's channel is going to be live soon. So Dale, put in there what your channel is going to be called and how people can find it. And Kim said, thanks for another great YouTube boot camp. Thank you, Kim. You are so welcome. We love that you're here. And now we are going to do our dating game goodbye. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you, Sal and me and my mom, Iris. We love seeing you here. Thank you guys so much for coming.
See you later.
Have a fantastic rest of your day or your night. Bye.